and thereafter we were on our own. We showed the world that we were capable of defending ourselves. Every single projectile from Pakistan was intercepted and destroyed. They couldn't harm us at all. So most certainly, I think India is going to keep that stance of being neutral over here.
All right, in fact, Mr. Shah, thank you very much. And I'll request you to kindly stay on with us on the broadcast, as what we are learning next is that Iran has said that dialogue with the United States over Tehran's nuclear program is meaningless after Israel's biggest ever military strike against its long-standing enemy, accusing the Washington of supporting the attack. In a statement that has been issued by Foreign Ministry spokesperson, what has been quoted, and I quote, is that the other side acted in a way that makes dialogue meaningless. You cannot claim to negotiate at a time, the same time, when divide work by allowing Israel to target Iran's territory, unquote. Major Mohammad Ali Shah is there with us live on the broadcast. So, the attack side of retaliation at one side. But another way we are looking at these statements, which only hint at the possible way this is going to be turning ahead, is only further retaliation, as dialogues and the option of now going into the dialogues has also been considered as meaningless, as Iran continues to slam the United States for helping Israel in this attack. How do you react?
So Iran says that America helped Israel in this attack, but whereas America has given a statement that they have not had any involvement in that at all. So most certainly, I mean, this could be, say, it could be America speaking guilty conscience for that matter. They probably, and if you ask me personally, it's actually a bit too far-fetched for me to believe that America did not help Israel in this attack, or America wasn't aware, or America didn't have any part to play in that. It's a bit too far-fetched. America has, Israel enjoys full support of America. America definitely supports Iran, and America will continue supporting Israel. America will continue supporting Israel for that matter. And the relationship between between Iran and America is not good at all, and it's not likely. I don't see it becoming good in the near future as well. So most certainly, Iran is definitely going to retaliate. Like, I will take you back to last year. Last year also there was friction between the two nations, in fact, and so when Israel had done a strike on Iran, Iran retaliated, but in the central economical zone, in a place where there would not be any damage. So it was more of a symbolic retaliation that, okay, saving face. Iran retaliated, but there was not much of damage at Israel.
Right, in fact, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, with the constraint of time, we are just running a bit short on time. Thank you very much for being with us. And with that, now let's also move forward with more breaking updates that we are tracking very closely. Union Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu has in fact visited the crash site and also spoken to the victims of the tragedy, and is going to chair a high-level meeting on air safety today at the Ministry office. Key attendees include the Civil Aviation Secretary, DGCA Director General, AAI officials, Airport Authorities of India officials, and other senior ministry officials. These are all the high-level officials which are going to be under the meeting that will be chaired by the Union Minister for Civil Aviation. Anand Singh, my colleague, joins me with more updates. Anand, what is going to be the top priority and the major agenda for the meeting that is going to be chaired today under, in fact, the control of the Civil Aviation Minister?
Yes, Simran, look, the way in which one of the deadliest air crashes that happened in Gujarat's Ahmedabad over here, that left around 265 people dead, including the 241 who were on board the Air India AI-171 Boeing Dreamliner. So clearly, there will be a number of things that will be going into the minds of the Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, who will be chairing this meeting, and he will first of all stress on proper maintenance of all these aircrafts, proper checks before flying, before taxiing out from the runway. So clearly these will be the main points that they will be discussing. Beside that, they will be also discussing the standard operating procedures, that what are required for maintaining the airworthiness of all these aircrafts, whether they are safe or not, whether proper maintenance, proper schedule have been maintained with those aircrafts or not. So clearly these will be the major points, and they will also look upon that who are the agencies that are handling the maintenance of these aircrafts at Indian airports, because looking at the way in which several other foreign countries handle the maintenance, they are far more above notch from what we have seen in India, and this is the reason that why many of the operators, they opt for the foreign players for the maintenance of these aircraft. So clearly these all agendas will be there on the table when Union Civil Aviation Ministry Ram Mohan Naidu chairs a meeting today. And so clearly all these points he will be taking stock of while holding with the senior officials at the national capital. Back to you, Samrat.
Continue to be with us on the broadcast, as we are also learning that in the further updates of the DNA sampling, that has been one of the key tasks after the bodies have been recovered from the crash site, and one of the major challenges to also identify the samples with that of the family members remains to be a big hurdle for the authorities. The DNA sampling is underway to identify the victims' bodies right now. Families in large numbers and in a hope to get an update of their deceased family members have gathered at the BJ Medical College to provide a sample. Anand Singh is joining me live with more updates. Anand, we have heard your in fact conversations with the victim family members over what they have said about the process. Now, it is in fact very natural that it is a very draining process at this point of time, unfortunately. But how are the authorities ensuring that the smooth flow of the DNA sampling happens in a right manner, as the family members are also left in a state of confusion and grief?
Aspects of this deadliest air crash over here is that how they are going to ascertain the real identities of all the victims and matching with the victim family members. So clearly it's a very tiring process for the victim families who have been coming from several of the far-flung areas from different parts of the country to Ahmedabad to look for the bodies, mortal remains of their loved ones. So clearly it's a very challenging situation even for the rescue workers over here, because most of the bodies that have been brought out from this crash site, and I will ask my Vijay to show you the actual crash site. We are just about 100 meters away from the crash site, and you can see the tail of the AI-171 that was bound for London, how it crashed on the AJ hostel over here, Atulyam hostel that belonged to BJ Medical College. The tail is still lying hanged on the rooftop, and this tree that you can see on the screen, you can see that it looks like somebody has chopped it, but it's not so. It was due to the impact of that aircraft that most of the branches of this tree were removed, and then that aircraft crash landed on that hostel of the doctors. So clearly 241 people on board of the Air India out of 242 are dead, and many bodies are in such a state that they are beyond recognition. And beside that, in the same hostel, more than 70 intern doctors were having lunch at that point of time. This is the same building, the hostel, which also included the mess where the intern doctors were having lunch during the noon, and at that point of time this crash happened. So clearly it's a very tough situation for the doctors, forensic teams over here, and even on the ground you can see the flaps and several other parts of the aircraft over here that is lying on the ground just moments before after it crashed into this tree, and it's between this tree to that building. So clearly this shows the damage that was caused to aircraft before crash landing. And here with me I am joined by one of the local residents just 100 meters away who were witness to this deadliest crash. Minister. So I will talk to him so that he can explain that what kind of damage has happened over here. भाई साहब आपका नाम?
अरुण कुमार सिंह, जय जगन्नाथ।
अरुण जी, ये बताइए उस दिन किस तरह से ये हादसा हुआ, क्या आप लोगों को कैसे पता चला इसका?
उस दिन ही मैंने घर से एंट्री करा था, मैडम ने बोले कि प्लेन नीचे जा रहा। मैंने प्लेन नीचे जा रहा तो होगा प्राइवेट जेट होगा, तो बोले नहीं धुआं निकल रहा। तो उस टाइम बाहर के धुआं धुआं। उसके बाद मैंने ये जो जहाँ पर
In just a bit, and viewers, on that note, let's slip into a short break.
MDH का किचन किंग किचन में हो तो हम सब कुछ बना सकते हैं। बैंगन का भरता, आलू गोभी, भिंडी मसाला और भी बहुत कुछ।
MDH। अगर आप बनना चाहते हैं एंकर या फिर आप में है जुनून एक तेज तर्रार न्यूज रिपोर्टर बनने का, तो आप ज्वाइन करें ITV और इंडिया न्यूज Newsx का मीडिया स्कूल। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का कोर्स आपको मौका देता है देश के दिग्गज एंकर्स के साथ काम करने का। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल में आप बेहद नजदीकी से देख पाएंगे किस तरह से ITV नेटवर्क के दिग्गज पत्रकारों की टीम दिन रात खबरों पर काम करती है। इस कोर्स के दौरान आप सीखेंगे एंकरिंग की एक एक बारीकी उन एंकर्स के साथ जो देश को रखते हैं हर खबर से बाखबर। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का ये कोर्स आपके एंकरिंग स्किल्स को करेगा इतना सशक्त, मजबूत, जिससे आप बनेंगे पत्रकारिता की दुनिया का वो चमकता चेहरा जो दुनिया देखेगी और पसंद करेगी।
आपके घर के खाने में रेस्टोरेंट जैसा स्वाद ले आए MDH का शाही पनीर मसाला। पनीर को क्या मस्त बना डाला।
Hello and welcome to the Newsx Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Today we are going to be focusing on a horrific story that is making the headlines, the Meghalaya honeymoon murder case. The facts as we know it, the story, I'll just give you a brief roundup. A young couple from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, 24-year-old Sonam had married a 29-year-old Raju Raghuvanshi, I think on May 11th. May 23rd, they went to Meghalaya for their honeymoon. It was a honeymoon which she had taken the initiative to choose the place to organize. She had even borrowed about nearly 9 lakhs from her husband to plan the show, for the bookings and the tickets. She even took some of her jewelry with her, which sounds a bit suspicious for the honeymoon. Anyway, she went there, and within 2 weeks after the honeymoon on May 23rd, both of them were reported missing. Raju's body was found 20 kilometers away from where they were staying. Sonam was missing, appeared 48 hours later at a destination in Uttar Pradesh. So it's in Ghazipur. So it's interesting that, and soon after, she has been arrested for the alleged murder of her husband. It is also said, as the story comes out, that she was involved with in a relationship with someone slightly younger than her, a 20-year-old Raj Kushwaha, who worked with her brother in his tiles factory. The parents are the one, she agreed for the marriage, I think, to please her parents. Her father was a heart patient. There is also talk that maybe she was Manglik and she was, her Janapatri was matched with another Manglik. All kinds of rumors are doing the rounds, but she went into this relationship. She was not happy with that. That much has come out. That she had a role in the murder of Raj Kushwaha is the facts are also coming out on that. That Raju is the husband and Raj Kushwaha is the boyfriend. There was some kind of planning between the boyfriend with two other accomplices, and Raju Raghuvanshi was murdered. I have people with me who will help me try and decode the story, not just what happened, but also the larger message that this whole incident sends. Joining me on the show is, I have with me Dr. Farah Kidwai. She's a former DRDO psychologist, and now she's a life coach, and she has a PhD in emotional intelligence. I have Shalini Singh. She's the founder of andwemet.com. That's a community designed for singles 28 years old and above. Deepika Narayan Bhardwaj. She's a documentary filmmaker and a very active and ardent men's rights activist. And we have Kashif Kakvi. He is a senior journalist from Madhya Pradesh. Kashif, I'll begin with you because you are there on ground. So, if you can just tell us a bit about the case, what happened, what people are saying, what is the speculation? Did Sonam play a role in murdering her husband? She was not happy in the marriage. Fir kyun shaadi kara? Little bit if you can tell us the story.
So thank you, Priya, for having me here, first of all. And the other thing is, I will start with, I think you have almost already covered most of the points that what happened actually, but I will try to focus on some of the issues which have not been discussed in the media, like they met on matrimonial website.
Okay.
And this is the thing which has been missing in the news reporting. They met online, and they were both Mangliks.
Hmm.
So they were having difficulty in marriage. So when two Mangliks met on social media, they met and they I think exchanged conversation. The family met, and within 2 months they got married. And like you already said, that they went to honeymoon and she planned everything. So the thing is that both were Manglik. And one Panditji told them that if you don't marry in next 2 months, there won't be any good time for you to marry in next 2 years. So it was in hurry that they got married, and everything happened very, very, very quickly. The family members did not get much time to look up, to check backgrounds of each other. And like we already know that Raja's family has been running a transport company in Indore,
Hmm.
and this Sonam family has been in tiles manufacturing. So Sonam and his brother Govind, they are two siblings, and Raja were three brothers and one sister. So
Hmm.
Raja was the youngest among all three brothers, and just because he was a good and a darling kid of the family, this was a very thrilling or lavish marriage it was. And the moment and as a reporter, we get to know within 2 days of their when they went to Meghalaya, that they were missing. So the
Okay.
reporters were clueless why we should get interest in someone's honeymoon and if someone is missing.
Hmm.
But something was brewing since day one, and every day there was coming up some information coming up, and the government of Madhya Pradesh was uh, begin following this case, and they approached Meghalaya chief minister to look into the case, and that is how the things speed up, and finally they came up with the idea that police that Sonam has killed uh,
The
Raja,
husband.
and planned everything with his friend and so-called boyfriend or brother Raj Kushwaha, who was his employee as well.
Hmm.
So Sonam, how the question is how Sonam and Raj get interacted. So Raj used to work with his brother's tiles factory, and Sonam was also helping his brother in their business. So that is how they get. This is what police says to all of us, to the media people. And the facts came out that Sonam is involved in this. She took 9 lakh rupees and she has planned everything. And after 2 days, she changed her mobile phone and she disappeared everything. Later, police found the Meghalaya police came with a theory that the story that the 4 people from Raj Kushwaha's, let me name them. They're 3 childhood friends.
Hmm.
They were
You
just
don't have to
yes,
name them. It's okay. I'll
Anand,
write the names.
Anand Kurmi, Akash Rajput, and Vishal Singh Chauhan. They're 3 friends who were involved in this whole thing with Raj Kushwaha, and they are in 8 days of police custody and police investigation and investigating the case. Every day something new is coming up, and as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, since Madhya Pradesh is politically dead state, so that is why most of the time we get to know that these kind of cases get high reporting and such kind of stuff.
Okay.
And one more thing, that Madhya Pradesh is also rape capital of India. So that
Unfortunately.
is why people have so much interest in such kind of stories, and they get very, very coverage, much coverage than any serious issue. So that is
Okay.
the whole incident.
That
so
is
far.
okay, part of the whole package also. But Farah, I'll bring you in. In this, in terms of a bit of it has come out. What he's also said, maybe to the Manglik pressure. Maybe I've also read the father was a heart patient. She would disappoint him. So there are other pressures also. It is a very drastic case. In fact, Shalini made this point to me in a conversation earlier that the measures taken are drastic. But if you just look at the situation, perhaps if you can tell us something about the kind of comment it makes on the social pressures.
Well, from the psychological point of view, if I say, see, this is not a murder on impulse. The girl appeared to be very calm, cool, and in control of the whole situation. So now this criminal bent of mind, because see, when we see about the anger part or violence part, aggression part, it is always said that frustration leads to aggression. Now, this frustration is not of the moment or whatever be it, if it is some childhood experiences, because children doesn't born criminal as such. The society and the culture and the environment in the grow up, in this people develop certain disorders, or you can say attitudes. So this destructive mindset which she has developed is it's of a very cool and calculated mindset, because as per the media reports, whatever has come up till now, on the basis of that, I can say, see, aggression can be expressed in different ways. It is direct, it is displayed, it is verbal, it is physical. But here the interesting thing which has come up, another type is fury and calm. So some people are very impulsive. They once become furious and angry and they express it that way. But some people remain calm. So when they remain calm, they become more cold, calculating, and manipulative. I'm talking in general about the expression of the anger. Now, what this girl has gone through, we don't really know. Her family condition, all that which is coming up in the media is everybody was happy. She herself projected herself to be happy. She took the initiative, got onto matrimonial side, agreed to everything. So that means there was, I don't think there was too much of maybe, I don't know, with her parents and with her brother, nothing has come out as such. They were against, she was against marriage and she did not want to get married. So the whole thing has been planned in a way. Now, this is a very dangerous stress, because people who have this calm way of expressing anger, this can lead to any level. It
has reached to that level.
If it is internalized, it may lead to suicide. And if it is externalized, it leads to murder. So till the time she was pushed to the wall, she did not come up with anything. Now, breaking down and all this is just means now, since the game is over, probably, if I go by the media reports, and nothing more or explosive is coming out, I think it's all, she has developed that attitude, that mindset from the childhood itself. It reflects not a matter of a day or two, or with respect to this marriage only. It is
okay. I'll just point taken. But Shali, you made a good point. It is a drastic step, but is this the step that make the point that you had made in our conversation? I'd rather let you say it.
So correct. So what's happened is truly deeply disturbing and inhuman, right? But what I said is that if we don't pause and reflect about what is happening, we'll continue to see much stories. Maybe not always murders, but maybe emotional abuse, could be fake acquisitions, suicide, silent suffering. And all of this is going to take fear around, marriage and romantic relationship. In this case, whatever the media, I'm just reading what the media is saying. Right. This lady did not want to get married to this gentleman. The mother refused to allowing her to marry the person she liked, right? And now so she agreed. I mean, look, everybody amongst Indians we are people pleasers for our parents. We don't want to we don't want to let them down, right? And here she gets married to him, and then what they say, that she didn't like him being physically intimate with him, with her, right? So in about 10-15 days, whatever, he's trying to be close to her. She did not like it. I would term it as a legal rape, for lack of better word. I mean, we need to get sensitized that even once you're married, how does intimacy take place? I am not saying what she's done is right, but it is very, very important for us to really pause as family members and literally hear when our people tell us that I don't want this marriage. I need to, I need time to find the right person. Please support me in my decision. I mean, I did not know about the Manglik bit. Okay. We also are a nation obsessed with astrology. I have full respect for astrology. It's a science. They say if a Manglik, what little I know, if a Manglik gets married to a Manglik, basically they have a long life. Right? And
That's
look
why
what
there's
has happened here. Yeah. So it's got nothing to do with her having a psychotic mind and wanted to murder. It is just her being so unhappy and disturbed led to this. So it's got to do with, I think, the societal pressure more. And I mean, what she's done cannot be changed. But I guess if she wouldn't have murdered him, unfortunately, she would have killed herself. But we like to just create this news around what has happened. And thank you so much, Priya, for just having this discussion.